Essentially what happens is I do a consultation, and I don't particularly care what you tell me, okay, because that doesn't interest me. It's what I can read into your body, because the body doesn't lie. You know, the mouth tells me all sorts of stories. So when I know what your body can do based on that, I know where to take you. And I've never been wrong. My accuracy is at least 99% plus. So, and I've never had anyone injure themselves with me.
Would that include nutrition and everything?
Well, in turn, if it's normal, like when I'm talking something that isn't too complicated, but if I have somebody who's really creating issues and chooses not to follow them, first of all, I don't take them on as a client, that's another story. But the thing is, I do engage a nutritionist, okay? I always feel it's best to err on caution and always to understand what is happening with your body, inside out. And it's always important to look at all these features, yes.
And students get discount.
I beg your pardon?
Is there a student discount, especially this fall?
We can talk about it. Any other questions?
How much cake and pastry do you eat every week?
I beg your pardon?
How much cake and pastry do you eat?
Oh my goodness, you know, if I listened to my granddaughter, I think I'd be 5'7" by 5'7".
So were you always this thin, like throughout your life, or you always maintained like a
Well,
certain...
let me tell you, my great-grandmother was actually 5 by 5. So yes, it's, for me, it is, I made a decision many, many years ago because of a number of things. It's a way of life. My mother was normal, like my daughter's normal, my granddaughters are normal. We try to, you know, really watch that, yes. But no, there is obesity. And I mean, when I say 5 by 5, she was something like that. I never saw her walk. You know, and we're talking many, many years ago. She passed away when I was about 10. But I never remember my great-grandmother walking. But then on the other hand, you know, we were of good Russian stock. And you know, to be what we call zuftik, which is meaning really heavy, was the fact that your husband could provide for you. So maybe she had that advantage going for her. I don't know. I wasn't impressed with that. But that's how the story goes. Any other questions?
Comments, observations? Well, I'll tell you, the reason I asked Beverley to speak to you, there were a couple of reasons. One, because I think in herself, she's telling you volumes. You just see her, you hear her, and you learn about what we've been talking about, successful aging and how to achieve it. So there's both the image, if you will, the symbolism, and the message, which is not, I think, a difficult message for people to follow.
I don't think so.
I know when we used to work together, she was inspiring then. She's inspiring now, and I hope all of us, including me, will take her message to heart, because the major message that I get out of this is, one, the very great power of positive thinking. When you think about it, it takes just as much energy to be negative as it does to be positive. So you might as well be positive. And if you're positive, you'd be surprised what you can accomplish. And if you're negative, you'll also be surprised what you can't accomplish. So I truly believe that the formula she's given you is one that is very doable, and not only doable, but one that's tremendously beneficial. And that, secondly, simply to look at her is to know that it works, and if anything is inspiring, 100 speeches doesn't tell you half as much as actually seeing someone who's done it and who does it. And I want to thank you for both accounts on behalf of everyone. And what we'll do from now on is every time we meet, we'll all get into these exercises for about 10 minutes. Now, I'm not going to lead you, but we'll have, I won't call on Beverley, but we'll have all of you. Anyway, just
Sure, there's plenty of individuals who can do it.
I'm sure. All right, well, thank you very much once again. All right, just asked Beverly if I could post this on the course website, and she's given me permission to do that. So anyone that you know who wasn't here today, I'll send out a message, but just remind them. And I have sheets if you want